What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Detroit Lions and what they are currently doing right now and why I think they are doing the right thing. So let's get it started.
I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome everybody to another video. Glad you guys are here. And this video is kind of just going to be a freelance type of video, okay? I'm just here to get some things off my chest, just to talk about how I'm feeling about what the Detroit Lions are currently doing right now. In particular, their search for the next general manager. So it clearly looks like the Lions are going to hire a general manager. Maybe they won't. I mean, there's still that possibility that they go with a new head coach, and maybe that head coach takes over both roles. But it looks like the Lions are going to hire a general manager. And there's been tons of reports and rumors out there connecting to tons of different guys. I mean, just to think of how many guys the Lions could potentially get to interview before they select somebody is kind of crazy. I think we have 3 weeks left in the regular season, and we've already had so many guys rumored to us, or guys that we're having interviews with, or it's already been done. You got Louis Riddick, you got Thomas today, you got Scott today, you had Reese, you had John Dorsey, who you were tied with. I mean, there are tons today of Chris Spielman, and we already signed him, or hired him, you could say, to help out in our general manager search. But tons of names out there. Tons of names out there. And I know some people are looking at this and they're saying, oh, you know what? This is bad. Why are the Lions even looking at this guy? Because a lot of us already have our eyes set on a certain target. And that's fine. Ed Dodd. Everybody has their eyes set on a certain target. Maybe that's Louis Riddick, whoever that may be. But for the Lions' sake, they're going about this the absolute right way, in my opinion. There's no reason for the Detroit Lions to just pass up and, not interview as many people as possible just because maybe they like one guy already. I mean, go out there and see everything that is available. I mean, go out there, test the water, see what's out there. It just makes sense. You got Rick Smith. You have all of these guys. You have all this opportunity to get to interview so many different people that can teach you about other guys. You can learn about other guys that you could interview. You could learn about them, maybe something that you never knew. It's just a great opportunity for the Lions to hear about so many different people. And as the Lions continue to add advisors and these guys to help them with information, they'll be able to sort all of this out. But it just makes way more sense to take a look at every single person that is available and continue to interview everybody that you possibly can. I mean, there's still a limited amount of guys you can interview because the season is going on, whether that's college or at the NFL level. For the Detroit Lions, it just makes sense to go through every single candidate possible. And I know some people are, just discounting someone because he's had any type of ties with the Patriots historically, and I get it. I mean, I completely get it. But because you interview someone does not mean you got to hire him. I mean, saying you do their due diligence, the Lions are going to get information on more people. They're going to get information on that guy. Why would you not check out everybody that's out there? When the Lions hired Bob Quinn, they didn't look through that many guys, all right? They didn't go through this extensive process that they are right now with Sheila Hamp. They just had someone recommend him, and they made that decision pretty quickly to go with a guy like Bob Quinn. But Sheila Hamp, I think, has learned from that. And she, not being the owner at that time, understands that, hey, let's take a look at everybody. Let's weigh all of our options out there. Let's not discount anybody or, take away a potential to hire someone before we actually get to interview them. If they can interview, if they're willing to do it, then do it. Go out there and see what they have to say. See what their visions are, their thoughts of this team. Maybe it sparks a different interest. I don't know exactly what Sheila Hamp wants. I don't know who she's looking for. I don't know if she has anybody in her mind right now that she's, has as a favorite over somebody else. But I do know that it makes sense to look at all these guys. I mean, look, yes, the Patriots do have a lot of connections with a lot of GM candidates. Reason being, because they were so successful, they're going to have tons of ties. But just because you touched in the Patriot team does not mean you're bringing the Patriot way. That's not what that means. I mean, like I said, the Titans general manager, the Buccaneers general manager, both those guys touched in the Patriot tree. And you know what? Their teams are doing fine right now. They just worked there at one point, and that's how they got their name out really well, because that's a very successful organization, and they were doing things really well through that system. But with the Lions, I think, for us, after what we saw with Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, we just want to stay super far away from that. And I'm fine with that. It's not like you have to hire these guys because you're interviewing like this Thomas, and because you're interviewing Scott, we got to go hire him now. No, you don't have to. You could interview these guys with absolutely no interest coming in to actually hire them. But you get more information on certain people that maybe you don't get to interview, or about other people within. Maybe you get to learn something new. Maybe you find out different questions you should ask upcoming candidates. It's that. It's the learning process that Sheila Hamp is getting here, and that the Lions are getting here, seeing everybody's vision. Okay, just because you touched in the Patriot tree does not mean you're going to do exactly what Bob Quinn did. I believe the biggest issue with what Bob Quinn had happen here is that he hired Matt Patricia, and Matt Patricia was not ready to be an NFL head coach for the Detroit Lions. It just didn't work out. And I thought it would. It didn't, and I was wrong, right? I've said that. I was wrong about that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that just because someone else touched in a Patriot tree that you got to stay as far away as you possibly can. No, interview them. Get to see their thoughts, get to learn about some other people out there. Why not? Why would you not want to know about everybody that's out there? Why would you not want to have research and knowledge about every single person available to make the best choice? When you go shopping, you don't want to just, as soon as you find the thing you want, buy it. Nah, you got to look around the other stores. Maybe you get a better deal. Maybe you find it cheaper. Maybe it's discounted here. Maybe you can use that honey and get some off. But don't just, buy the first one you see. Look around a little bit. This is an opportunity. You have so much time. There's no rush. There's no rush at all. You're still in the regular season. No rush to find your next GM. I mean, I read a stat today, assuming it's true, that the Lions have already interviewed like 2 times the amount of, people they did when they hired Bob Quinn back in 2016. So as Lions fans, we need to embrace this and be excited that this is an owner that's keeping her open mind and just saying, you know what? Let's look at everything available. I'm not going to ask a random guy what he suggests and then make my decision based on that. But open mind and learn about everybody out there and make my decision. It's my team. It's my decision. Make your decision. Get guys to help you. Players that were within the organization. I love it. Barry, Chris Buellman. That's awesome. These guys are playing here. They know what it's about. They want nothing more than to win games. So they're going to do the exact same thing. Hey, I'm your servant. I'll do whatever you want. I'll find information on anybody. Maybe Chris Buellman gives the interview. This is great. This is an awesome thing. It's an awesome opportunity as a Lions fan because we get to learn about all these candidates as they do. It's not like the Lions are rushing this process or trying to say, okay, we got to find him now. The way it's not just a random coincidence that all of a sudden when the Lions report that they're going to interview this Thomas guy, that they also come out very recently and say, hey, we're going to interview Scott as well. Why? Well, because they work together in Atlanta. So it makes sense that you get to know about each guy from the other perspective. What is it like to work with him? How is it working with him? Do you think he's a good leader? All of those questions are questions you can ask the other guy about the other person. So Lions are really getting a lot of information here, which is great. Interview everybody. Interviewing means nothing. I could interview for any job. Doesn't mean they're going to hire me. They'll probably be like, wow, you're definitely unqualified, but we learned a little bit about you. Actually, I think it's great when you interview someone that's also worked with the other guy. That's great because you get their side of the story, but what about from the outside? How did they see him? Hey, how was your time back there? How was it working with him? Oh, is that match what we took away when he interviewed him? When we interviewed him, does that match what that person said about him? Does it or not? Do we see, some flaws here? That's great. That's a beautiful thing the Lions are doing. Weigh all of your options. There's no reason for the Detroit Lions to stay away from somebody because, back in 2003, he was with Bill Belichick. There's no reason to just, hey, stay away from that. No, let's learn. Doesn't mean we have to hire him. And I completely understand if the Lions want to look at this and say, you know what, we don't want to hire a guy that's had that because we kind of want to get away from that. We don't want any of that connected to him because one, the fan base won't like it, and two, we just don't want kind of that on his shoulders where people are going to bring that up. We need the fan base 100% supporting him. I absolutely 100% agree with that. And I think that's a big reason why the guys that we talk about, Thomas, we did a video on him today, and Scott, when we talk about him, that's a big reason the Lions may say, you know what, let's just stay away here because even if we do like him, we may just not want to have that on his shoulders because of what just happened with the Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia regime. Interview everybody out there. The Lions are doing the right thing. And everybody's going to push for different candidates. Herman Moore, he pushed for Chris Buellman. Irvin Magic Johnson, right? He's pushing for Louis Riddick. That's great. I mean, that's awesome. They're all pushing for their own guys. They like their guys. But everybody's going to have their different opinions on who they want, things like that. But I think ultimately what the Lions are doing is the right thing. You're not narrowing your options now. You have so much time. See everything that's out there, right? Get a taste of what's all out there. Maybe you learn different things that, you know what? I never thought I'd look for that in a guy, but now I'm going to start asking them those questions. See what's out there. See what's available in the market. You may be shocked. You may find something that you never thought you'd actually be interested in. You may be like, yes, this is our guy. That's what the Lions need to do here. Again, I don't know what exactly Sheila Hamp personality trait, why she's looking for the culture, but I do know that it makes sense to take a look at everybody that's available for the job. There's no reason just because of one little thing where, he was with the Patriots before, you just don't interview them. Interview everybody. And that's why I think the Lions are doing this the exact right way. You're getting guys from within the organization to help you out, to help your search, to lead your search. You're not asking for some random dude to recommend someone to you. No, you're figuring out, you're doing information on your own, and you're going to interview everybody that you possibly can to get as much information as you possibly can, and write it all down, take notes, and then lay it all out and see, okay, which one fits where? What fits our wants? What fits our needs, our goals? Which guy do we think could actually help us get there? What does he want? What would his head coaching preference be? Does he think of our quarterback? What does he think of Galladay's contract? All of that. Those are all the great questions to ask. So it makes no sense to just, yeah, let's just pass. Let's not even interview him because, he's a Patriot. It's a good thing the Lions are doing this. We should be happy the Lions are doing this. That they're not just making their options so small and they're already coming in with a closed mind. Come in with an open mind. Be open to anything. That's what we want as fans. It makes sense for the Detroit Lions to do this. It doesn't mean you got to hire the guy you interview. But interviewing someone opens a lot of doors, because it opens doors for people that they know. You could ask that person and they could talk about the other person. Opens a lot of doors. So no reason to narrow the search now. Widen that thing. Make that as broad as possible. Just interview everybody that comes along the way that you think could potentially be any type of candidate. Even if you come in with the mindset that we're probably not going to want him, interview him. Interview him. Get to know what he does. Get to know him. You said you're waiting at least 6 weeks from now to make any decision. At least. We're still in the regular season. You got a long way to go before you can even interview people that are still on a team right now. And then make your decision. No need to rush this. Rushing it is not going to get you anywhere. All right, because you got to understand what's out there, and the only way you can make the right decision is by seeing everything. So no need to rush this. The Lions are doing this the right way. No reason to get worried. This is the right way to do things. This is great. I love what the Lions are doing here. Interview them all. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?